How are you guys doing? Today is Monday, December 19th, 2022. I'm James Sims, and for this episode of The Elite, I am going to review the 2022 FIFA World Cup awards as they were given out after Argentina would beat France in penalties to win their third World Cup in nation history. And of course, this World Cup being played in Qatar, they would announce the Golden, Silver, and Bronze Ball award winners, given to the top three players voted on by a committee. They, of course, gave out the golden, silver, and bronze boots to the players that would score the most in this tournament. They would give the golden glove to the goalkeeper that they felt showcased the best tournament from beginning to end. They gave out the FIFA Young Player Award, not to mention the FIFA Fair Play Trophy that they do give out to one team. But of course, going through every single one of those trophy award winners, I will go through them one by one. The golden ball from this tournament was, of course, given to Argentina's goated forward, Lionel Messi. He will go on and be the very first player in FIFA World Cup history to score in every single knockout stage from the round of 16 to the final. In this tournament, Leo Messi would earn the silver boot as well, as he would finish with 7 goals and 3 assists. Most notably, looking at his scoring performances this season, he would go on and score a penalty kick against Saudi Arabia. He would score a goal from play in their 2-0 win versus Argentina. The only game in which he didn't score would be Argentina's 2-0 win over Poland to make it to the round of 16. In the round of 16, Messi would score Argentina's first goal of 2 when they beat Australia 2-1. In their penalty kick shootout win versus the Netherlands, Lionel Messi's penalty kick would be Argentina's second goal before the Netherlands would score 2 goals to finish off the half. In their semifinal matchup, Argentina would see Lionel Messi, of course, score the penalty kick, and his assist to Julian Alvarez on his second goal would be one of the better plays that Lionel Messi would make. And then in the final, Messi would score 2 goals in regulation. He scored a penalty kick in the 23rd minute. That was the first goal of the game. His 108th minute goal would put Argentina up 3-2 in extra time before Kylian Mbappe's penalty kick would tie it up. Not to mention that Messi would also make his penalty kick in the final to make sure that Argentina was set up on the right path. So, of course, congratulations to Lionel Messi for putting together an amazing performance beginning to end. Alongside the World Cup trophy, Lionel Messi gets to take home the golden ball and the silver boot. The player that would go home with the golden boot and the silver ball would be France's 23-year-old young elite superstar, Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe would finish with 8 goals and 2 assists. He had one of the 2 hat tricks that was scored in this entire World Cup. The other one would be scored by Gonçalo Ramos of Portugal, as he did in the round of 16 game against Switzerland, if I'm not mistaken. Looking at how Mbappe would fare from beginning to end, he would score for the very first time in France's 4-1 win versus Australia. He would score their 3rd goal of 4. Kylian Mbappe would score in France's 2-1 win versus Denmark, as he scored both of those goals, both in the 61st minute and then after Denmark tied it up in the 86th minute to give him 3 goals for the tournament. He would not play in France's game versus Tunisia when France would end up losing that game. He would score a brace in France's win versus Poland, as he scored in the 71st and the 91st minute. Mbappe would not score in the England match or the Morocco match, as France beat England 2-1 and France would beat Morocco 2-0. Kylian Mbappe would add on to his total of 5 goals once he would score 3 in the World Cup final. He would score in the 80th minute off of a penalty kick to shorten France's deficit from 2-1. The very next minute, he would tie the game up with an 81st minute goal that I would say would probably be the most exciting goal of the tournament to me. And then Mbappe would also go on and score a penalty kick goal in the 118th minute to send France into extra time and eventually the penalty kick shootout. Mbappe would end up making his penalty kick goal, as that would be his 9th goal, but of course they don't count those. But since he had 1 more goal than Lionel Messi, he will go home with the golden boot. And of course, because of his amazing performance, he will go home taking home the silver ball, as he already has won a FIFA World Cup as a teenager in 2018. He is definitely making his mark on this sport. He is currently tied with Pele for the 6th most FIFA World Cup goals, and he's only 23 years old, which of course which leads me to believe that he very well could overtake Miroslav Klose for the most World Cup goals in history. this year's bronze ball would be awarded to Croatia's elite midfielder, Luka Modric. Luka Modric, playing at the ripe age of 37, would be very instrumental in helping Croatia make it all the way to the third place game where they would win it over Morocco 2-1. Looking at how he would be very helpful with Croatia, Croatia would actually finish second in their group to Morocco after drawing to Morocco and Belgium and winning their one game against Canada. They would beat Japan in the round of 16 off of penalty kicks. They would beat Brazil in the quarterfinals off of penalty kicks, as Luka Modric would make his penalty kick in this game. In the semifinals, however, Croatia would lose 3-1 to Argentina before picking up their win to Morocco. And of course, Luka Modric will go home with the bronze ball, showing that he was a very important contributor. The bronze boot this year will go to Olivier Giroud, France's striker, who would take over as France's leading goal scorer in history. He didn't provide any assists, but he would be very big for France in the games that really kind of mattered for them. His very first goal with France would be in the group stage. In their first matchup versus Australia, he would score two of them. He scored in the 32nd minute, and he would score in the 71st minute after Mbappe scored his third. This would be France's biggest win of the tournament in terms of deficit. In their next game versus Denmark, he wouldn't score there, or in their game versus Tunisia. However, in France's game versus Poland, he would score his third goal in the 44th minute before Mbappe's brace would put the game out of reach for France in the second half. And then Giroud would score his fourth goal of the tournament against England in the quarterfinals. His 78th minute goal would be the go-ahead goal that gave France the advantage over England. It would push them into the semis. In the semis, they would beat Morocco 2-0 before losing to Argentina off of penalty kicks in the final. And then looking beyond the bronze boot, the other player that would finish with 4 goals in this tournament was Julian Alvarez of Argentina. There were 7 players that would finish with 3 goals in the tournament. Cody Gakpo of the Netherlands and Alvaro Morata of Spain were the 2 players to get all 3 of their goals in all 3 of the group stage matches. Gonzalo Ramos is one of those players, as his hat trick would be one of the more memorable performances of this tournament. But of course, alongside them, you have Bukayo Saka of England, Richarlison of Brazil, who had some amazing goals, Enner Valencia of Ecuador, and then Marcus Rashford of England. Moving on past the goal scorers, the Golden Glove would be given to Emiliano Martinez, the starting goalie for Argentina. And of course, in order to make it to the final where he would eventually go on and win, Argentina would have to go through a couple of penalty kick shootouts after they had lost to Saudi Arabia. He put together clean sheets against Mexico and Poland in the group stage. He would end up helping Argentina beat Netherlands in the penalty kick shootout, as Argentina would keep Croatia from scoring in the semifinal game. Not to mention, Emiliano Martinez would have some amazing saves in the final, including that last second save that more than likely would have given France the World Cup win. And looking at how he fared statistically, he would concede 6 goals in the 7 matches he played, as he did keep 3 clean sheets for a championship Argentina side. The Young Player Award would be given to Enzo Fernandez, who would add a goal and an assist to help Argentina win. Of course, playing as a 21-year-old in the World Cup is a big feat, so of course, congratulations to him for that. His lone goal would be in Argentina's 2-0 win over Mexico. He scored in the 87th minute. And then, of course, sitting alongside them, the FIFA Fair Play Trophy would be given to England after England would make it all the way to the quarterfinals to lose to France. England did put together an amazing performance after finishing top of their group with the United States, Iran, and Wales. England would beat Senegal in the round of 16, as their goals came from Jordan Henderson, Harry Kane, and Bukayo Saka. As in the quarters, they would lose 2-1, as Harry Kane missed his chance, and France was able to capitalize on the Giroud 78th minute goal. With all that said, I still want to thank the FIFA, the ESPN websites for giving me all the facts and figures. I want to thank everyone just for being so supportive, of course. And I do hope that this next World Cup is just as amazing as this one. And I do hope all is well, and I'll catch you next time. And hopefully I'll catch you for the FIFA World Cup when it's being played here in the United States. Thanks for listening. Thanks for following. And peace out. I will catch you with more non-World Cup related content tomorrow, at least even after this. Peace out.